Yo, what's good guys, VENM here, back from the video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to beat man coverage for a one-play touchdown. Not only am I going to be showing you that, I will also show you a couple of other good man beaters using this tip. Now, man coverage, we all know it's the meta. I've made multiple videos on man coverage, and pretty much everybody is running it online right now, or at least on Ultimate Team. I've been going against it every single game, and it's usually the nickel 335. Occasionally you will face dollar as well. It's just a combination of those two. So very annoying, especially with low overall receivers. They don't get a lot of separation. So I'm going to show you a trick to get wide open touchdowns as well as routes just wide open. So first things first, on offense, you're going to need to be in any trip set. So trips tight end, I could go to trips tight end flex, but you do need to be able to motion from left to right and snap it before they go over to the other side. So I'll explain that in a little bit, but I'm just going to be a trips tight end. I think this also works out of Trey Y flex as well, and yes, it actually does. But again, I'm showing trips tight end. Trips tight end's been an offense I've been in a lot, or a little bit. If you want a full guide on that offense, I can drop that as well. But for this video, we're just going to go over these couple of tips. And yeah, let's just hop straight into the field. Now, one thing I did forget to mention on the offensive end is that you want a fast receiver right here in this slot with Marquise Goodwin. He's going to be our burner. He's going to be the player scoring in one play. Again, just put your fastest guy in mutt, whatever. So with this man coverage scheme, with this man coverage defense, there's going to be a couple of holes off of it. First off, I'm going to set up the defense to how someone would do online. What they do is they press, and then they go ahead, they shade over the top so that the players don't get burnt, and then they will usually go with something like this, and they will probably end up using this player right here with the linebacker who is on the blitz. At least that's how I run it. That's how I explained it in my video. But for now, we'll just leave him on a spy, and anyways, we'll focus on the offensive end. So first things first, I'm just going to show it a little bit, show off the man portion of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put Y on a slant here. Again, pretty much ignore this play. I'm going to be showing the defensive player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to motion Deshaun Jackson over. Take a look at those two players manned up, the one in the slot with Y and the one with B. Take a look at what they do when I motion him over. I motion, and then they switch. So you see that switch. Now, again, I'm sort of disregarding this play, but I will show it again quickly, and then we'll snap the ball. So again, I'm viewing the defensive play art. Wrong play. This is the defensive play art, and again, I'm going to motion Djax over just like this. Take a look at the player, switch. So we're going to use that little defensive switch to our advantage, and what this is actually called is a man switch. Man switch glitch, whatever you want to call it. But the way you want to take advantage of that is, again, since they are pressed, if they're running man coverage without being pressed, then you will definitely take that as well. But the way you do it is you just throw a B on a streak here, and what you could do with Y is I like to put them on a little slant route. Now, slant's going to be good against man. With A, I could throw them on a little post if I have that. And then with X, you need to get X kind of out of the way because you don't want that man coverage helping. So with X, I could put him on a backside drag or an out route or whatever I want. Doesn't really matter. He's just kind of a throwaway player. So typically in this year's game, a lot of the users will be too slow to even catch on to this slot receiver. And even if they are using to the trip side, they shouldn't be able to get over there. If they do, you got a slant, you got a post. Both will beat man coverage with no regard. So I'll show you how to time it perfectly. What you will do, again, I'm going to motion Deshaun, but right when I see them switch, you will see them switch. You're going to snap the ball. So I motion, see them switch, and I hike the ball. Boom. I would just lob past that over the top, and it is a complete one-play touchdown. Now, again, this will work on pretty much anybody in Ultimate Team. Pending that you have like an 82 speed receiver on it, the streak, and they have a 90 speed corner, then obviously you might not get open. But for the most part, if you have an 88 speed receiver on an 88 speed cornerback, you're gonna burn them. If you have an 86 speed receiver on any corner, you should be able to get this open. Again, it's only gonna be like when they have tons of speed advantage to where this might not work. So again, the setup for it is just throw a B on a streak, and then again, with these players, you don't have to throw them on anything. I can just run this stock, and also another benefit is to quick snap it. Now, keep in mind, if you run this once, you score a touchdown, they could, catch on. So if they catch on, maybe they just run it like this, and they can actually expose you. But then again, you run it once, you get your touchdown. Very difficult to score in this game with the man coverage. Then you get him out of the curl flat, and then you can run a post route. It'll be wide open. Just really throws him off the game plan. But again, the base setup, press, shade over the top, put these players in curl flats, user him, and for our user, we'll just throw him on a spy. But again, just make sure this guy's on a streak. And with these players, you could really throw them on whatever you want. That's my play art. But again, I'm motioning G-Jacks in. Right when I see them do it, I snap it, and then I can lob it over the top. And again, you can also end up usually bullet passing it as well. You don't necessarily have to lob it per se. You can usually end up bullet passing. That's how much separation you have. So I'll show this one play TD one more time, and then we will hop into a couple of other things, because I don't just want to show you the streak. I want to give you some other tips, because like I said, he can adjust to it, or your opponent can adjust to it halfway through the game, and you could be stuck in this trips with no other man beaters. So again, I'll set up the defense like this, and we'll throw B on a streak. And again, I'll show you don't need it to be on any particular routes. Snap the ball, and boom, bullet pass. So much separation. And again, you don't need to have a 98 speed Marquise Goodwin. You can use pretty much anybody. This has worked for me with Deshaun Jackson as well. I know he's like 93 speed, but still, you don't need Goodwin for that to have success. And keep in mind, he's also on a very high overall safety in Tyrann Mathieu in the slot, so it's not necessarily going against, you know, a 60 cornerback. But the other way you could actually do it is just reverse the roles. So I could throw Y on a slant, Y on a streak, B on a slant, and then I could just do whatever. But again, I'll set up my coverage. Now this one is a little bit less effective, and this one really doesn't get open all that much. But sometimes you're able to pass lead this one to the outside, and again, that slot cornerback who's manned up on Marquise Goodwin is going to be the player that is obviously going to be defending Deshaun Jackson. So we'll motion him in. We see the switch, we snap it, go through the play action, but you see it's a lot tighter coverage right there, and if I didn't have a speed advantage, it would be pretty locked up. Now, if you obviously do have a speed advantage, if you have a Tyreek Hill at your disposal, you can definitely use that one as well, because even if they did have an inside third, it would be very difficult for them to defend that pass, so I'll just try and show you that. But again, pretty much just you want to run it to get your touchdown, then you get them out of the defense, get them thinking about their adjustments. So I'll show it one more time. Here's the play art on offense. We'll motion him in, we'll snap it, and again, you'll get better at timing it. But look at this. Yeah, he actually did come close to covering it, so I guess don't go with that setup, but you guys pretty much understand it. You saw it works, and a lot of times people don't keep safeties in the middle of the field, so that's really rare that would happen. Alright guys, the next setup to beat man coverage, I'm going to be showing you how to use the man switch glitch with a zig route. So I'm just going to show you real quick just a zig route stock. This is just going to be stock coverage, and I'll show you, look at Deshaun Jackson, look how much he is going to be covered on this zig route. Now he might get a little bit of separation, but I throw that's an easy click on interception. You see it's covered. So we're going to show you how you can get that wide open with the man switch glitch. So again, I'm just going to set up the exact same coverage on defense. Again, I'm shading over the top, putting the curl flats, doing the same things that your opponents online are doing. So again, what you're going to do now though is you're putting Y on the zig, and you're going to motion him in. So I can just go with whatever setup I want on the back side, and then what I do is I motion Deshaun in. Right when I see the glitch, I do that, and look at that separation. Now that's an actual throwable football, and I know this because someone actually did run this against me. People have been running trips against me a lot. I've faced like 3 people in a row doing this, and it's just very, very effective strategy. So again, I'll just press. Doesn't matter if you shade over the top, you motion him in, you'd get that. And it has to be Deshaun Jackson. It can't be the other guy. Now that time it actually did cover it, so it's not guaranteed to work every time, but you saw the first time it got a lot of separation. And that time I might have even messed up my adjustments there, but you guys see using that zig route is definitely an effective strategy. You motion him in, you get the switch, you go like that, and boom, look at that man beater. Even if they have a curl flat there, it's going to be wide open. So that was the zig route, and again, if I wanted to, it doesn't really work with B because the inside guy ends up defending him, and it just won't be open. So we'll take advantage of B in a different way, and this is when I bring up the slant route. Slant routes, they do burn man anyways, but it's still very, very tight coverage, and it's still, you know, a scary pass to throw, especially with some of the cornerback animations in the game. It still can get intercepted just running a slant stock on man coverage. So what we'll do is I can just run this play pretty much like this. And what you do on the offensive side of the ball, you just pretty much, hold up, let me set up my defensive adjustments real quick. Pretty annoying that there's not a feature where you can save the last coverage. I wish that was in the game. That's a good idea. Hit me up, EA. But what we'll do, we'll throw B on the slant, then we'll motion him in. We'll get Tyrann Mathieu on him and look at the separation we have. Even with the curl flat, you can always low ball that underneath, and pretty much nothing's going to stop that besides a user. So you force them to user that, and then they end up using it. You throw this post route. So again, I'll show the exact same thing. Press, set up my zones, go with the spy, shade over the top, and then again the setup, put B on a slant, and that's pretty much it. Again, I do recommend getting tight end apprentice because it really helps out of the trips formation with getting, you know, man beaters with that post route and the corner out. But again, we'll motion D-Jacks in. Now let's pretend that they user the slant. They user the slant, you throw the post. Now that was a terrible play design because I had Deshaun Jackson running the same spot, but you guys pretty much get the gist. Then pretty much that happens, and then you're forcing your opponent to maybe go with something like this to defend the post route, and you just really can pick them apart running this man switch glitch. This is definitely something that changed my life for passing the ball in Madden 21, so I recommend you guys go try this out. Again, if you want a full Guntrips tight end guide, I might start working on that, but let me know what videos you want to see in the comments, anything you struggle with in this game. Really am loving the game so far. You guys have been showing a ton of support on the channel, and yeah, it's going to be it from me. Peace, I'm out of here.